All right, and welcome, viewers. I'm so excited that you're here, and you're investing your time and energy in learning more about how you can reverse hypothyroid and lose weight. And it's just going to be three simple steps. So we're going to make it very easy for you. So just hang in there, and we'll go step by step each of the way. So I'm going to share my screen here. Just want to learn how to do that. Just a bit. Um, okay, share menu. Share screen. Were you able to see it?
Yep, perfect. Good job.
Awesome. All right, let's get into this. So, again, welcome to this presentation on how you can lose weight and reverse symptoms of hypothyroid in just three simple steps in 90 days without going to the gym or starving yourself. So, please take out a pen and paper and get ready to make notes because this might just change your life. All right. First of all, who am I? So, my name is Rashi. I'm a certified health coach from IAN New York. I specialize in weight loss for hypothyroid. I'm also a loving and caring daughter, mom, and wife. I'm also a certified yoga teacher and a Reiki healer. So, you are in good hands here.
Yay!
But I'd love to share my own journey. I was also diagnosed with hypothyroid back in 2021, and I was close to 210 pounds post pregnancy. I was constantly in back pain, knee pain, and I was so exhausted all of the times. And like everyone else, I tried all sorts of diets and eating less, but nothing was working out. And as a new mom, I really did not have the luxury or time to go to the gym, of course, because I really had low energy and really little strength or stamina to do anything. But the worst feeling was that I really had no strength to hold my baby girl for more than 5 minutes at a time, let alone just play with her. When I used to do dishes, my back would hurt and I had knee pain and just felt low most of the times. And I'd also lost the confidence, in myself, and time was ticking to go back to work. I had a work that I was going back to after maternity leave, and my girl was soon to become a toddler. And that when it hit me that if I don't do anything now, this will only get worse. And soon, when she becomes a toddler, I will not be able to keep up with her energy. So I really had to take action and do something about this. And then what I did was I enrolled myself into an integrative nutrition school, which is IAN. I learned all about nutrition, what to eat for hypothyroid, weight loss, and restore my body's health because time was ticking for me. I really didn't have time to trial and error and do things and maybe hire a dietitian or nutritionist. I just wanted to learn all about it myself and start implementing it right away. And I also learned about movement and ancient Ayurvedic practices and herbs that heal autoimmune conditions. I learned about the natural alternative treatments of how I could lose weight, reverse hypothyroid in less time without starving myself because I'm a foodie. I love food. And I realized, oh my God, I was just doing it all wrong this whole time. I was starving and then I was cutting back on calories. I was counting calories, and it was just the wrong thing that I was doing this whole time because I thought I was eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle. But surprise, surprise, I was not. And so started implementing those things. And then in less time and little time, I've lost all of the weight. I've lost 66 pounds. I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight, and I've reversed hypothyroid. And my yeah, and my girl, she's turned 2 recently in July, on July 13th. And what? I'm just like stronger, leaner, and energetic for my toddler. My self-confidence has returned. I feel happier and more present for my girl. I can dance with her, play with her, lift her, and just be there for her, when she needs me. And before that, it was not like that. I was just tired and just witnessing everything just passing by. But now I'm engaged with her, I'm present with her. And I'm also inspiring other moms who have also started believing in themselves and losing weight, all while having fun, eating yummy foods, and getting strong and healthy. All right. So I'm going to give you the three simple steps to your weight loss journey with hypothyroid. So are you excited yet? Because I'm really excited. So get excited and pay attention because your life is about to change. Alrighty, so the three simple steps are sustainable nutrition, practical movement, and then ancient self-care practices that we will be learning all about in the few minutes that we have together. And we'll go step by step and make it very easy for you so that you get it and you start implementing it right away. So what do I even mean by sustainable nutrition? So it just means eating yummy food without depriving yourself or counting calories. So no yo-yo diets. Yo-yo means you go on a diet and then once you're done, you go back to your older habits and then you go again on a diet. So that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about losing weight and reversing hypothyroid in a sustainable way so that you don't end up gaining more weight once you leave those diets, but you actually end up sustaining your weight loss for long. The next thing is going to be about practical movement. So, as you know, as we really have very little time as moms, and going to the gym is really a luxury for most of us. So, we're going to be learning how we can move our bodies without going to the gym for 15 to 20 minutes, just 3 to 4 days a week, because that will activate our body's fat burning mechanism. What happens with hypothyroid is that our metabolism has really slowed down because of hypothyroid, and we really want to activate that and make it burn fat rather than store fat in the body. We're also going to be learning about ancient self care practices that heal your body from within and fast track your weight loss and reverse hypothyroid for sure. So get excited.
Mm. Yay!
Yay! Alrighty, so let's talk about first sustainable nutrition. So, meals that you can stick to for life that are healthy, yummy, and don't make you feel deprived. If they don't make you feel like you're on a diet and eating boring food like a salad. I mean, salads are interesting as well, but some people imagine that all we have to eat is just leaves and salads. And sometimes some people think we have to starve, and that's not what sustainable nutrition is all about. Meals that the whole family can enjoy, and you don't really have to just cook for yourself because let's be honest, who has the time to cook separately for themselves and separately for the family? We want the whole family to benefit from nutrition. And it doesn't feel like you're on a diet or starving yourself. That's why it's called sustainable. So let's dive a little deeper into this. A little bit more about sustainable is not cutting calories, not counting calories, but adding more nutrients on your plate and eating and enjoying your favorite foods on a daily basis because that motivates you to keep moving forward for long. If we're depriving and we're waiting 3 months to enjoy our favorite food, that doesn't last because once the 3 months is over, we're going and binging, and that's just not healthy for our body. So we should be able to enjoy our favorite foods on a daily basis because that really signals our brain that, hey, we're not depriving ourselves, but we're moving in a very sustainable, healthy way forward. And also, sustainable nutrition means eating highly nutritious meals that increase metabolism of your body and burn fat while activating your T4 hormone. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that. So, what we're going to be avoiding for 90 days is dairy, gluten, sugar, processed packaged foods, refined oils such as sunflower, peanut, soy, grapeseed, cottonseed oil, because they're just not good for our thyroid. We'll be avoiding those, but we'll be replacing those with better, healthy alternatives. So, for example, if you want to have a piece of cake, then you'll be baking it with, instead of just your standard all purpose flour, you'll be using almond flour, or you'll be using coconut flour. And instead of your traditional dairy, you'll be using almond milk. If instead of using sugar, just refined sugar, you'll be using date sugar. So it really gets cooler, right? Like you're eating all of those healthy ingredients and you're baking a cake. So it's like you cut your cake and you eat it too. How what can be more better than that? So you'll be avoiding for 90 days, you'll be avoiding dairy, gluten, sugar, and instead of that, we'll be having healthier alternatives to that. So then you'll be asking, oh my God, so what can I actually eat, right? So you can have fruits and vegetables, you can have pasture raised organic poultry and meats. Of course, know your farmer, where your meat and eggs are coming from, where they're raised in a very healthy and life sustaining way, or where they were just put in cages on piles and piles on each other, and that's how they were treated. So how were your animals treated? And that's how you can eat those meats and eggs as well. And then, like I said, instead of the refined sugar, we'll be focusing on eating dates, date sugar, honey, maple syrup, which is organic, and all of those good things. And then instead of the sunflower oils, cottonseed oils we discussed about in the previous slide, we're going to be eating avocado oil, cold pressed olive oil, ghee, coconut oil. They're all really good. They're whole and they're natural. And then, of course, you'll be eating nuts and seeds. You know, whatever Mother Nature has given us in natural form is what you'll be focusing on eating, and that's what heals your body from within. So this is what we are learning about nutrition now. So, clean, wholesome eating. So, whole foods that are minimally processed, protein and vegetables first, followed by carbohydrates. So, your plate is going to look like a rainbow, eating all different colors of vegetables and having protein, and then having the carbs as well. So, I know in my tradition, where I come from, India, we have a very high carbohydrate diet. We love our rotis and naans and rice, and that's what our plate is all about. But we have to start thinking differently. We have to look at our plate like a rainbow. So we're eating a lot of vegetables, we're eating some protein such as eggs or tofu, paneer, or chicken if it's organic and free range. And then we're having the carbohydrates, which is rice, quinoa, whatever follows up in your tradition. For me, it was roti. So I really love my roti, and I want to eat that, and we want to eat that, right? But I would make it with oat flour, or sometimes I would make it with millets instead of just the traditional whole wheat. And then, for example, if we're eating breakfast, we can have boiled eggs, avocado, spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, and pumpkin toast topped with hemp seeds. So that's one of the examples. So you're not really cutting out on food, but you're actually eating more foods now, a variety of foods. Your plate looks beautiful, colorful, and your health just grows from within. And in my 3-month coaching program that I have with my clients, I usually send them meal plans every week so they don't have to worry about what to cook. So that's really cool part as well. But I've already given you an example, and you can always from that you can see, okay, what we're going to be eating for lunch and dinner as well. So a rainbow with protein, lots of vegetables, and some carbohydrates is what the rule is. Awesome. So, second is practical movement. Like I discussed, as moms, we have a lot on our plates, and usually going to gym is a luxury for many of us. So, we'll be engaging in short at-home exercises that we can just do for 3 to 4 days a week for 15 to 20 minutes. So you don't have to spend hours in the gym or waste time on treadmill or go on long walks, because that really don't work when you have hypothyroid. So, what actually works, right? What actually works is called combination training. Combination training is a combination of aerobic and anaerobic exercises, such as aerobic would be walking the stairs, right? So getting your heart rate up, and then combine that with resistance band training or strength training or body weight training. So that's a combination based training. So you're spending 5 minutes just warming your body up. So walking the stairs or just running on the spot, that's aerobic. And then 15 minutes you're dedicating to either resistance band training or body weight training or strength training. You're just lifting weights and really getting your heart rate up, because those exercises are best suited for weight loss when you have hypothyroid. And they also activate your thyroid gland, which is kind of like right now very, very underactive. And of course, like in my 3-month program, I teach my clients how to incorporate these into their busy schedule so they know exactly what time of the day is just reserved for their workouts. I even send my clients videos to watch and do the movements themselves in 15 to 20 minutes. So make it really, really easy and simple for them. But you can also watch these trainings on YouTube. They're accessible, they're highly available. So, you're not deprived there. All right. So, next, getting into self care. So I'm really passionate about this. Okay, so really, I want to share these secret Ayurvedic and yogic self care practices that will heal and activate your thyroid gland, help you lose weight faster without more effort, and make you energetic and strong by the day. So, are you excited yet? Or can you see my passion? Because this really will heal you. So, let's get into this. Alrighty. So, what do I mean by self care routines? They're very simple, right? For example, syncing your sleep cycle, knowing exactly what time are best for sleeping, for example, and we'll get more into this in a bit. Number two, managing stress levels and expanding your capacity to tolerate stress, because let's be honest, we all experience stress on a daily basis. It's inevitable, right? Stress is inevitable, but our capacity to manage it or tolerate it is what counts. And then thyroid massage oil, which we'll be discussing about as well, which is designed to activate your thyroid gland. And that's really, really important. When we're diagnosed with hypothyroid, it becomes underactive, our thyroid gland, and we really want to activate that. So we want to be incorporating these little routines into our lifestyle so that they benefit us more and we heal faster. And then also incorporating herbs and seeds in your kitchen that activates your thyroid gland and help you lose weight. And lastly, we'll be discussing about throat chakra healing and what this is all about. So get ready to learn some truth here. All right, let's talk about sleep cycle. So average human being, we need 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep to rest and recover. And a lot of these days, we're sleeping at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and we have these technology devices that we're hooked to. We all are. I'm guilty as well. And the ideal sleep time for quality sleep is actually between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. is when our body and our brain they go into deep sleep, right? And that's the quality of sleep that we actually need for good rest and recovery. So if you're sleeping outside of these hours, then that's something that you need to address immediately. You need to be sleeping or shutting down your devices by 9 p.m., ideally 2 hours before bedtime. No devices, but if that's not possible, at least 1 hour. Prepare your body to wind down, and then by 10 p.m., lights off and you're in bed. And it's not to say that you're waking up at 3 a.m., but that's the time frame that our brain goes into deep sleep, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. So, of course, you'll be getting up at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Like normally, I go to bed at 10 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m. But my daughter wakes up a lot during. She's been a terrible sleeper, so she wakes up a lot, and now it's reduced a bit. So thank God for that. And so yeah, it's just those hours, but it's the quality of hours that you're sleeping at 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. is what where you get that deep sleep from. So if you're sleeping at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., please, that's the time you need to address that. Moving along. All right, let's talk about stress levels. So, like I mentioned, stress is inevitable, right? We all experience stress on a daily basis. Something is happening. We're getting this from the other side, this from our careers, from our job, and from our kids, and something is happening. The world is kind of falling apart. But we can expand our capacity to tolerate stress. Okay, stress, as you know, as the biggest contributors to weight gain, belly fat, and lifestyle diseases such as hypothyroid, type 2 diabetes, and PCOD. And we need to find ways to manage stress better and really enjoy life in each moment. And we can do this by being grounded in the present moment and not letting our minds drift to either the past or the future. And that's what the minds do, right? Our minds are either thinking about the past, you're musing there, or thinking about the future, what are we going to do? But we're never really in the now or the present moment. And it's hard, I have to admit it. But we can do this. We can absolutely do this, and it is absolutely possible. And that way, we're able to manage our stress better. And then, of course, as we mentioned, exercise and eating right also help to manage stress. In my coaching program, we usually have weekly coaching sessions. And in those sessions, we have 10 minutes just dedicated to meditation, which we do over Zoom. And that helps you connect to your true self and ground you in that. So that once you go into the day and into the week, you're grounded in your in your authentic self, in your true self, which is always calm, which is always peaceful and loving. That's our home. And when we go out into the world from that perspective, from that groundedness, from that calm sense of peace, then we're able to manage whatever's coming in our way. And we can do this with grace. Yeah, so that's all about stress. So moving along, we have thyroid massage oil. So as you know, hypothyroid, underactive thyroid gland. So we want to activate that. Ancient healing oil that can activate your thyroid gland. Walnut oil as well can activate your thyroid gland, and rubbing onion on your throat also activates your thyroid gland. So these are ingredients that are available right in your home. You've got a Spanish onion, which is red onion, rub it on your throat, and of course, it's going to smell. But you know what? If you can't tolerate that, you've got walnut oil that you can purchase online as well. I normally ship an ancient thyroid oil that has these qualities to my clients because really getting the best quality oil is a challenge. So that's something that I do for them as part of my service. But you always have the option to purchase walnut oil and rub onion on your throat if that works for you. Alrighty. Now we'll be talking about some herbs that are right in the kitchen, in your kitchen pantry, such as coriander seeds and fennel seeds that help activate thyroid gland and boost metabolism so you lose weight faster and reverse symptoms of hypothyroid. So, of course, in my program, I teach my clients how to use these herbs on the different times in the day for maximum benefit. But due to time limitations, we will not be going into detail about this. But you can definitely Google and YouTube about these herbs, such as coriander seeds and fennel seeds, and how you can use them into your daily life and reverse your hypothyroid and lose weight fast. All right. So moving along. And so, are you ready to hear some truth? Because we will be talking a little bit about throat chakra healing. So, what happens is that, in my experience, and what I've generally noticed, is that thyroid problems often happen when we don't speak our truth. So, hypothyroid, especially underactive, which means we're not speaking our truth, we're under the truth, right? That's why it's called underactive. Or we speak too much or just dump out our thoughts, whatever's coming, we just speak our brain, and that is overactive, which is hyperthyroid. So if you are diagnosed with hypothyroid, there is some level of truth that you're not either owning about yourself or speaking your truth, as in you're quiet about it. Either you're that kind of person who has these moments when you're really, really angry, but you're not able to express that, and so you take it within, and that hurts your thyroid gland. Or if you have hyperthyroid and you're listening to this, you speak too much and you just speak something that's completely irrelevant. I've done it. Sometimes we just speak whatever's coming on our mind, and then later we have regrets. Like, why did I even say that? Right? Like, it was so irrelevant. It was not even the truth. So when people get into that habit of speaking too much or speaking too less, like they're not owning their truth, then these conditions come up, like we call thyroid problems. So, in order to bring your thyroid in balance, you need to start owning your true self and start speaking your truth more often. So, in my program, I often hold Reiki healing spaces or Reiki healing sessions over Zoom in the coaching sessions that we meet, so that we can connect with their truth and feel, so that they can feel authentic from within. But in order to start doing that now, and you can start take action right now, there are plenty of throat chakra healing meditations on YouTube, which you just can listen to 15 minutes before bedtime. Or if you don't have the time, and if you're shut down your devices and you don't want to use those devices, then I would suggest anytime during the day or just right after you wake up as well is when you listen to that meditation, and that will really help you activate your thyroid gland and heal your throat chakra from within. And in a few days, in a matter of few days, you've started to own yourself, own your truth, and speak your truth, and you see all of those problems start to vanish away. Your thyroid gland is back to functioning. Magically, this happens, right? Because now we are so connected to our essence, our true essence, and we are speaking our truth, and we're so confident. And magically, this thyroid, this hypothyroid, which is a lifestyle condition, by the way, combined with the right nutrition and exercise and those self-care practices, everything starts to fall in place. So really think about this throat chakra healing. It's very, very important. Alrighty, moving along. There's also this ancient yogic breathing practice that I teach my clients is called pranayama, and it's really excellent for thyroid problems. So one of them is Om breathing, and the other one is Ujjayi breath, which is the ocean breath. So I will be demonstrating a little bit of that, each one of these for the few seconds, and then you can also find them on YouTube as well. So Om breathing is basically, instead of saying Om like Om, we're just saying it in our mouth while our mouth is closed, and we're moving our head up and down. So and you hear this in your thyroid gland, right? This is where you're speaking from. So when that sound of it's already activating your thyroid gland, and you will feel it. You will feel it. It's very, very powerful, this Om breathing. So if you can dedicate 2 to 3 minutes in the morning, right after your bath, come out of your shower and just sit down and just do this for 2 to 3 minutes, you will see magical results. And the second one is called Ujjayi breath or ocean breath. So how this works is, what you're doing is you're inhaling from your nose, but making like a harsh sound in your throat. So like the waves of the ocean, right? So this is Ujjayi breath. You can learn more about that in on YouTube. And this is really, really, really magical breath, even for managing stress and really connecting you to your true self. Because once we get into these practices of grounding ourselves and really practicing yoga, and yoga is really the core, it's a magic healing mechanism or magic healing practice that we can do. And yoga is not all about moving our bodies and power yoga. Okay, that's one aspect of it. But yoga really comes back to union with our true self. Yoga really means union with our true self, our true essence. So once you start practicing these things, you start to see the magic roll into your life. All right. So are you excited yet? There's so many things. So many things you have learned today already. And have you made notes? But the best thing is you will get a replay for that as well. So, there's a lot to learn and make notes about and start to implement right away. But wait, first, let's get some clarity here. Are you ready to get some clarity? All right. Firstly, ask yourself these questions. Okay. Have you gained weight after hypothyroid and you're just not able to lose it even after you feel like you're eating healthy? Do you feel tired, depressed, brain fogged, and don't find the energy or strength to play with your kids or do household chores or focus on your career and bigger purpose? Do you sometimes feel stuck or have you lost the self confidence or motivation you once had in yourself? And is losing weight really important or even a priority for you? Is reversing hypothyroid even a priority for you? Is it important to you? And do you want me to hold your hand and be your personal coach and walk you step by step towards your weight loss journey so you can be energetic, strong, and inspiring mom for your kids and be a role model in your community? So if any of the answers, if you've answered no, then what's the point of even moving along, right? You can just close this video and just say, you know what, I'll just continue with my life like that. But if you answered a yes to any of these questions, then I would love to invite you, right? I would love to make an invitation, a loving invitation to you to come and look at the world on the other side, where you have lost weight, you are energetic and a strong mom, and you have reversed symptoms of hypothyroid. You're also able to speak your truth, feel inspired, and actually become an inspiration in your family and be a role model in your community by overcoming this small challenge. Because now you have overcome this challenge, now you can inspire others to do big things in your life. Imagine you are going to be a role model to your kids, so you will be inspiring them to achieve bigger challenge, to overcome bigger challenges in life and to achieve bigger goals. And if you have done this small thing, then of course you can say with authority, hey, you know what, I was diagnosed with this condition. I was 210 pounds. And if I can do it, you can do this, right? So then that becomes more empowering to our kids, to our community, because now we have the power to say, you can do it. I've done it, you can do it. So that's the invitation. And you know what? Life on the other side is absolutely beautiful. You just have to take the first step and hold my hand. And what are the benefits of working with me? So you, of course, if you look at the right side of the slide, you get this the customized meal plans according to you and your family's schedule and needs. And then you also get movement incorporated into your schedule. How cool is that? Because sometimes we're just doing exercise in our head, right? And we tell ourselves, yeah, I'm going to work out today for sure. And the whole day has gone by and we have not worked out, right? But if we know exactly what time is scheduled on our calendar, then how cool it becomes, because we know, okay, 1 o'clock is my workout routine and I'm going to be doing it, and I'm going to be doing it for me. So that's definitely part of what I offer in my services. And also the self-care practices that we talked about that fast track your weight loss journey. You also get accountability, because let's be honest, we need someone in our life that we are accountable to, because we slack, we are going to fall off the track. And we do, we all of us, we do, right? We take one step ahead, 10 steps back, and then we do it and we go back. And that's life. That's what happens. Life gets in the way. But if you have this one person, a coach that we are accountable to, and we make who makes us feel visible and gives us the space to express ourselves without judgment, brings us back lovingly on track when we fall off track, and helps you crush goals in less time. Someone who's walked this path themselves and have come on the other side is really magic for our life, because that really fast tracks our journey to weight loss and hypothyroid reversal. You also get the benefits of one on one coaching access for lifetime. You also get workout gear sent to your home, so you don't have to go and look for what to do, what not to do. You also get the ancient healing oil that we discussed about, that's will heal your hypothyroid, get you sent to your home as well.
Wow, that's
And
incredible. I love
yeah, it is, right? Like, it's like moms don't have time. It's just like, boom, you get it, you start now. That's it. Now
I
is the
love
time.
it. It's really phenomenal.
Thank you. And you know what? I could really work with anyone, because I'm a certified health coach. I could really work with anyone, but I choose to work with moms with hypothyroid because I was one of them. And I have come out of it. And I know that life with hypothyroid is challenging, because our weight keeps increasing or gets stuck. We have little energy to do anything in our lives. And also, our self confidence takes a toll. And then, because we are moms, we have so much on our plate and nothing really gets done. It just keeps getting postponed. At least that was the case with me. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. And it pains me to see that moms don't have the energy for their kids, for their families or careers. And it's really become my mission now to help moms reverse this condition, get fit, strong, energetic, and light in their lives, so that they can do more and be more for their kids and be a role model to them. And now, of course, you can take this information, walk this path yourself, or I would love to invite you to hold my hand and let's do it together. So, if you would like me to hold your hand and walk you step by step, then do this. You can add me as your friend on Facebook. Rashi Nayar is my name, or you can send me a direct message and say, "Hi, let's connect." Or you can message me directly on WhatsApp. So, this is my number. And for those watching this workshop, I'm offering a complimentary one on one session with me, because I want to learn more about you. What's your story? What's your journey been like? I want to know more about you. Each one of us have a unique situation, and I really want to know yours. So let's connect. Are you excited?
Yay!
And lastly, just before you go, I want to remind you actually that you are a mom, right? You gave birth, okay? You carried that baby for 9 months in your womb and then went through that labor process. That is a big deal. So if you can give birth, you can really do anything. You can crush goals. Remember that time where everything felt like hard, and giving birth is not easy. I've given birth, I know, but this is easier. losing weight and reversing hypothyroid is easier than that. So you are strong. You can really do anything, mama. And just believe in yourself because you show up every day for everyone in your life, right? But now it's the time to show up for yourself and really own that. So more power to you. And I so appreciate you for showing up to this workshop, or if you're watching a replay, showing up and taking some time for yourself and really honoring yourself and taking this first step, because this is what matters. So congratulations on taking this first step and staying through, sticking around for the whole presentation. Thank you. All right, so I'll just stop sharing.
Thanks. Oh, I love it. I love that you send out exercise equipment. I love that you do the oils. The onion on the throat is something I've never heard before. It's really
Mhm.
fascinating.
Right? All right. Wait, I can't see you, Jamie. Hang on. Where are you? Where are you? One sec. Oh yeah, I see you. Hey, it was.
No, I was just waiting for you to come on. I was like, I don't know where she is on her screen.
Oh my God, yeah. So, yeah, onion on. I
Onion,
mean, it's a bit stinky, but it
right?
really works. It
How long do
really works.
you leave it on your throat?
So just rub it for like a couple of minutes and just let the juice be there, right? And just rub it and massage it and have fun with it and just like say to your throat, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's what I used to do. I love you, I love you. And then, when we were giving love to someone, right? Like magic happens, right? So if, for example, you're a mom as well and your kid is crying, but if you say stop crying, of course they're gonna cry more. But if we hold them and hug them and like I love you, you're mine, they all automatically they just stop crying, right? Like
Yeah,
that's what happens. So we really need to be looking at our thyroid like that as well. So, yes, of course, we're struggling. Our bodies are struggling. So, now is the time to really love it more than before. Before, it was just like going along, and do whatever we are doing to our bodies. And we have caused damage to our bodies. Like, let's be honest with each other
yeah,
here. Like, we just had a lifestyle back then that we were not caring for our bodies. And of course, it showed in the way that this disease comes up. And now we have the tools and we have the resources that we can use to reverse this condition. Now we have an opportunity to love our body and to feed it with foods and nutrients that are good for it, right? And move our body, because exercise, we all know the benefits of exercise: boost mood, boost metabolism, antidepressant. We love it like when our bodies are moving, so we're happier.
yeah,
And of course, like the self care practices that I talked about, like the stress management, sleep, they're very basic and they're very, very doable. Like it's not something that's out of the moon or you have to go somewhere to do it. Right at your home, these are small practices. And within 90 days, the results are unbelievable. And they'll show on when you have a full thyroid panel test, they'll show that the markers are down, and you're like, "What is happening? I'm not even doing anything." Because it feels like in the beginning, it feels like, "Okay, what is this? It's new. Like I'm not having my favorite cheese, or I'm not having my favorite gluten." Or for me, it was like, "I'm not having paratha." Like paratha is like naan, like what? But now I'm like, I don't want that because it was not good for me anyway.
yeah,
And now it's a new lifestyle that I'm living in. I'm about to enter my 40s and I feel like I have so much energy. So it feels like 40s is the new 30s, right? So,
I'll claim that one too. I'm 43, so I'll claim that one too.
right, right. 40s is the new 30s. And like,
Yeah,
this is what it should be. Like, why we have to, okay, age is just a number. And then as we're going into our 40s, 50s, if we're looking after ourselves, then, we're feeling healthy from within. And that's what counts.
yeah. I think that's something too important that, people tend to think, oh, well, I'm just my age, 30s is, they just accept it as normal,
Yeah,
really realizing and connecting that it's not normal. You are really made to have energy and made to have this high abundant, like, active life.
correct.
That we just kind of succumb to the feelings of being low and the feelings of being tired and blame it on the kids, blame it on the stress. But really, when you start practicing the things that you've laid out today, that's when things really start to shift. And, just like even the self love that you were talking about, where I love you, I love you, I love you, the way we love our babies. Well, even just holding our babies releases that serotonin, right?
Right.
So when that serotonin gets built up and we have an abundance of serotonin in our body, it converts to melatonin. So
Yeah,
now we're sleeping better. So just those self-love techniques that you shared have a very chemical reaction in our body. And
exactly.
they're so powerful. And you're right, 90 days of that is going to be a phenomenal difference in your life. And it may sound so silly to love yourself that way, but I always tell my clients too that you are the person who knows exactly what you need. You're the one who's equipped to give yourself that love. You're the person who's able to connect with you on such a deep level that you can love yourself,
Correct.
release those things. And it's so powerful. Yeah. So good words.
Thank you so much. No, I'm so glad to be part of, this community, and the work that you're doing, Jamie, is just incredible, connecting um, as coaches, for example, who really want people to know that, hey, you know what, this is actually possible. You haven't got the disease for life. Because a lot of people, I remember yesterday in the Facebook community, someone was arguing with me, no, you cannot, like, you're lying, like, you're not, no reversal of hypothyroid diabetes. I'm like, you're just lying to people, you're a scam. And I'm like, okay, but here's the results and here's the evidence. I mean, people are reversing cancer these days. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We have another healer on the platform who's reversed MS.
Oh,
It's just, I think that's what we're doing collectively as a group of healers, is showing that, no, you don't have to take the prognosis. You can take the diagnosis, but you don't have to accept the prognosis, right? There is healing. Our bodies are powerful,
yeah.
very powerful beings, and we're able to really heal our lives. And I think that that's, as part of what you did. Yes, you healed your thyroid, but you really healed your life.
That
You healed that mothering side of you too. Imagine what life would be like if you hadn't, and you were
exactly.
still in this slump and not able to really go past that. I mean, and you'd still be here. You'd be missing so much of your child's life, right?
Exactly, Jamie. And that's what hit me. Like when she turned 6 months old, I was like, it hit me. It was like, okay, she needs me. And soon she's going to be a toddler. And I really don't have the energy to play with her, but I do want to play with her. I want to engage with her. I want to run after her. I want to do all of those things. I want to become a child again,
Yeah,
because who doesn't want to? And I couldn't do those things because I was so tired. And I just wanted to just sit down for a bit, and I used to hand her over to my mother-in-law or my husband. And then I just felt, of course, there's a lack of confidence, right? I'm a new mom. So like I can't even hold my baby for 5 minutes. And then I had to take action. So for me, it was like no choice. I have to do this. I have to reverse it. Like that was it. My doctor, I called her. I was like 3 months, 3 months, and she's laughing, and now she still laughs. And she was very understanding about it, and she was very motivating to me. Like in Quebec, where I live, it's like doctors give you that time to recover or do healing on your own, and that's when they get you on medication. After, if you're not able to do it on your own, that's when medication starts. And I'm like, no, I don't want the medication. I was just pushing it away,
yeah,
because I know the side effects of medication. You only get on, once you get on medication, the dose only increases, right? And I've seen it in my clients. They were on a high, one of these started at 25 msg level, went up to 100 mcg, right? So it's 4 times that now. And if then also he didn't take action, then what would have happened, right? Like, and that's what it's all about, like taking action and really start to take those steps to reverse that is
mhm,
all about that. Yeah. And having the courage to do that. And we all have fear of failure. Like we feel like, what if we do it and it doesn't work out? And that's why most of us don't even start. But what if actually do it, and we do it consistently? We do it step by step by step and step. And 3 months later, it's like, wow, this was magic and this was fun and easy.
Yeah, yeah. I think, I mean, and the other key too is that you have to be ready.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to take that
Yeah.
on. It's difficult. It's hard being sick.
Yeah.
Hard. It's challenging. And it's hard and it's challenging making yourself well.
Yeah.
Choose your heart.
Choose your heart. Yes, exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
love that.
And if you get tired of the heart of being sick, try the tired of the being, or try the heart of
Heart of
being, you
wealth.
of getting yourself healthy, because yes,
Exactly.
it's exhausting. Yes, it's new and it's scary and it's everything, but it's a different kind of hard. It's a rewarding hard, where
Mm.
being sick is hard, but it's a discouraging hard. And I really think that that's key, but you have to be ready. You have to be ready to make that switch. And,
Correct.
and that's what I love about what we're offering at Alternative Healthcare Solutions, is to be able to start to plant these seeds in everybody's minds that, kind of going against the flow of what society is saying and doctors are saying, as far as, there, you can't reverse it, and this opposition that we're facing. I think that as a collective, we're showing that you can,
Mm.
and that we have, and that there's power in that, and there's people here to walk you through that journey.
Yeah.
So I love the seeds that you've planted today within our community, and I'm so happy to have you in our space. And just so everybody knows, Rashi is in our community space. So when you go into Mighty Networks, and maybe you haven't experienced Mighty Networks yet, and you're just logging in because you saw some of our ads running on Facebook, we have an entire community of our healers who are going to have your replays in there. You're going to be able to find Rashi. You're going to be able to find some of the content that she provides in there. You're going to find her free download. There's going to be a lot of different valuable resources for you inside of our community. So I encourage you to join today. We have two different subscriptions. One's a free membership for the people who are seeking. You won't have access to the replays in that free community, but you'll definitely be able to connect with our healers. You're going to be able to see our community page. And then for $35 a month, you can connect in our community and get access to all of our health fairs, all of our workshops, all of our replays, all of our healers, all of the bonuses inside of the community, and it's really fantastic. It's algorithm free, so there's no Facebook fact checkers who's going to shut you down, and you're in like-minded individuals who aren't going to sit there and say, no, you can't heal this. It's going to be a community of people saying you can heal.
And then you will.
Yes, yes. Let us help love you, right?
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much for having me today, Jamie.
Yes, thank you for coming on, and we will see you in the community.
Awesome. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.